starting on the wrong stupid camera. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah. Why does it do this to me? Can I edit the camera? No, I can't. You gotta be kidding me. Stupid. Stupid thing. Holy smokes. It won't let me edit the camera. You've gotta be kidding me. That's what I don't like about this thing, man. I set it for the right camera, and it won't allow me to change it. So, yeah, that's awesome. All right, well, I'm going to have to change it this way. Man, what a pain in the neck. Come on. So you guys are going to be going for a ride for a little bit so I can get this squared away. I have it actually set on this camera. Literally, I set it up with this camera, and it switches to the other one. What a pain in the neck, man. So, good morning, COVID and Coffee, episode 2. Today, we're going to work on the DBXLE 2.0 because the plan is to be able to take it to Diamond Dust today. No, at least that's the plan. Last time I ripped that thing right there. Can't even see it. Last time I ripped this right here, ended up with a little bit of a driveline issue. And what's messed up is that it's actually not the side that I fixed. It's the opposite side. So that side right there is actually repaired with a galvanized nail, where this one over here is, I think, factory. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to pull apart this end. I've got 2 of those 9,000 packs to expend. I'm going to throw them in here, and I'll probably also do an outcast repair video, but it's not going to be on the live. I just want to square this thing away, and I'll fix the outcast because the intent is to be able to take this car right here and do a versus. Do this versus the Outcast 8S. See what they do. Well, I know they rip. The other intent is to charge up a couple of these packs right here. These are my HRB USA Graphene 6500 65C packs coming in at 4S, and one's going to be for the Traxxas Max, and the other one's going to be for the Laser Nut. So basically, it's going to be a head-to-head between the Losi Monster Nut and the Traxxas Wide Max. So we're going to hopefully do that today. The weather is a little bit colder today, talking like, I think, 40, 41 degrees maybe. So that's the only issue that I might be coming across is I got to go a little bit easy, but then again, it is kind of hard to go easy at Diamond Dust. So, but I'm going to get these things on the charger right now. I mean, I'm going to put them on the cell checker and check their voltage. We don't charge batteries in-house. That'd be very bad. So I'm checking the voltage. And that battery's voltage is low. Checking the voltage. Just checking the voltage here. I'm missing a charger. I'm like literally missing a whole charger. I think my other charger might be upstairs. And I want to get this battery pack at least checked. I don't think there's anything over here. Oh, here we go. Is that it? No, that's not it. The other thing I'm going to do too, while I'm here, I've never checked this. So I think it might be a good idea to go ahead and plug this controller or this programmer in there and see what the factory settings were, because I've never messed with that other than bringing it, like I showed somebody how to do a bind and recalibrate, but I've never gone into the settings and changed anything. So it might be a good idea just to see, like, from the factory, what did Losi have in mind for this thing to run from the factory? Seriously, all right, so I'm gonna check the voltage of the other battery now. It's gonna sound like I'm charging, but I'm not. I'm just checking cell voltage because we don't charge batteries in the house. Oh no. I hate Deans, I'm telling you. Everything about a Deans connector I just don't like. Look at that. Look what happened. Go to plug it in, and the stupid thing, look at that. Check it out. It arcs out. Deans junk. Total junk, man. You know what? I really hate Deans. All right. There. There. No. Open. Check. Nice. All right. So back on this thing right here. So this is my DBXLE 2.0. This is one of my favorite larger scale vehicles. The Outcast right now, as far as a basher goes, the Outcast for me is blowing this away, but that's because this isn't a basher. Some people kind of call it a basher, but when you do that to this particular kind of vehicle, if you bash it like it's a true what's called basher or a thrasher vehicle, you will thrash the crap out of it. And this isn't what it's designed for, but I love what this thing can do. However, I am going to take this to Diamond Dust because I want to push the limits, and I want to see what the limits at Diamond Dust are for this vehicle. Had this over there once before. It did perform amazingly. Maybe the only setback is my front end diffing out. So I might want to, at some point, maybe after I rip it at Diamond Dust today, pull that center diff apart and check the condition of the fluid, and then obviously add something thicker, whether if it's going to be 20 mil or if it's going to be whatever. I actually don't know what's in that center diff, but I figured at least get a baseline at Diamond Dust so that I can figure out where I want to take it. So this might be a bear. Yep. Oh, there goes the coffee. If I didn't know that was going to happen. Watch out for your coffee there. And you're breaking wheel nuts free. Fortunately, we didn't spill too much. Coffee will make a clean spot on your bench too. So keep that in mind. It does have its benefits to spill your coffee. Maybe I should drink it all. All right. So who do we got in chat here? Already. The chat's already lit up. Are you guys kidding me? We've got Sergeant J first. Frank Sluga. Dan. What's going on, guy? Grumpy one. What's going on, guy? Hey, Grumpy. Did you check out that video that I just did with the it's the picture of the 3 vehicles in the shot, and it's got a background of you know, like a sand mountain. Go check that out if you want. I ripped a little 110 scale ARRMA Big Rock where, hey, Grumpy, you know what, guy? If you want to get back into the hobby, go grab yourself one of those big rocks. It's inexpensive. It'll get you into it, and you can literally just, I mean, if you see how badly I beat that thing, granted, we do have one issue, but to take it to a place that is 5th scale cars, and for it to take and absorb everything that I gave to it, go check out that Big Rock V3 from ARRMA. And don't buy it through Horizon. If you buy it, go to A-Main. There's a nice hit to Horizon. Don't go to Horizon. Go to A-Main. Grumpy, thank you. Choking on my coffee. And James Beeman, what's going on, guy? Just trash it. What's happening? Lorne, what's going on, man? Dwayne, where's Diamond Dust? Dwayne, I don't know if you're busy today. Granted, I know you're in, I know you're in Cava. But one of these days, if you're interested, we can hook up and I can show you where that place is. It's really not, well, actually, believe it or not, actually, Dwayne, you know what? Bring your crawler. There's actually a nice washout that you might have a blast crawling in and getting some footage, if you do footage. Green Frog, what's happening, guy? Grumpy one. As Cletus would say, that there looks like a certified ripper. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Frank Sluga, you love RC? Yeah, it's a blast, man. Dylan Davis, good morning, man. Dylan Davis. Oh, actually, it's not that. It's not that early. What's it? 8 o'clock or 8:40? It's 8:43. So quarter of 9. Nice. Let's see. What we got here? I'm telling you, that place is awesome. 11:43 for you, Philip. Lennon Tyler, what's going on, guy? I got a DB Pro. Oh, dude, you've got a DB Pro too? Ooh. A DB Pro modded with the tires and wheels that I've got, or just a regular straight DB Pro? Because that's one thing that I mean, I don't know how you like your DB Pro to be, but if you did the conversion that I did, man, taking it over to Diamond Dust, it eats the terrain. It's absolutely awesome. Plenty of traction. Your wheels don't tear off. Are you running on 3S or 2S, Dwayne? Oh, all stock? I got to talk you into doing that conversion then, Dwayne. Extra chilled coffee content, right? You mean the fact that I rarely drink my coffee when it's there and it ends up cold? So this is the side that I did not repair. And you can see what I did is I did block off the vent holes inside. Looks like that one's actually might be coming off. So I'll have to reblock that side right there. This tape usually doesn't come off. But you can see this tape is awesome. This is that aluminum tape, HVAC tape. But I'll clean up that spot and get that retaped over. I should throw the paddle tires on here, but I ended up breaking one of them. I can fix it. I gotta get the 2-part epoxy to go ahead and do that. At least do it the right way. Where'd my trash bucket go? Where's my trash bucket? Oh, under the table. All right. So this vehicle right here, we've done the typical snapping links because that's the weak link. You do have to have a weak link on this thing. Because this is a groomed track performer, a big track, it loves, sandy conditions. You got to watch out for rocks. But can it take the abuse? 100% yes. The first time I took this thing out, I was a no fear, full trigger, just buried, and this thing ate everything that I gave it. And I think I was just, every other word was, oh my God, you know what I mean? Because this thing was just ripping it so good. These are the paddle tires that I do recommend. Is anything perfect? No. If you strike a tree with a, 20, 30 pound RC, is there a possibility of cracking a wheel? Yeah. And that is what happened, but it's still usable. All I got to do is get the epoxy in there and then just epoxy it. Maybe I might throw the Tiger here. It's called Duraglass. I might put the Duraglass in there just to kind of maybe strengthen it just a little bit more. But this wheel's fine. I think this is one of my unused ones. Maybe. This might have been a snow rip tire. But this pin right here has popped. So what I want to do is pull this apart right on this live and just kind of go at trying to fix this thing and get it ready. Like I said, I got a couple of batteries not charging. They're just being checked on the charger behind me because we don't charge batteries in the house. We also, whenever you're working with solvents and greases and all that stuff, make sure you wear gloves. Very important. Might check bearing condition while we're here. So technically this does have a kingpin situation, top and bottom. So we're going to be popping these pins right here. I may pop off the link to the steering just so that I can pull this out and pull this axle out in one kind of unit. So, but you can see we've got a little bit of slop here. It could be the fact that these kingpins have loosened up. If it's not that they've loosened up, I will add shims just to kind of get rid of some of this extra slop. Might be a good idea. But we're just gonna, like I said, we're just gonna blow this thing apart and see what's going on here. So, while this is set up like this, I'm gonna pop out the center pin. So we've got a pin that goes through. There's a locking screw or a set screw that basically comes in from this end right here. So I'm going to put a wrench on here, which it's a 24 millimeter wrench that I'm going to need. So get a 24 millimeter wrench and then come in through the front right here with a with an Allen. I just don't remember what Allen it is. Oh, you tell me it's not in there. Oh, there it is. It's only a 2.5? Oh, it's a 2. Wow. That thing's tiny. I might have to heat it up because I might have Loctited this. This has been apart. Oh, no. Uh-oh. I didn't like that. I think there's I think there's junk in there. Right. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to strip that. You might even have to put a little heat on it. I think it's a 2. Oh, I'm not like. Oh, there we go. Right. Now we can go ahead and just drive that pin out. Pull the pin out. Clean your stuff as you go. Nice. In Hawaii at 6:45. What's your weather like over there in Hawaii? Is the volcano still percolating? What's the volcano that's over there that's bubbling? Is it called Kilauea? I don't even know. I think it's Alexa, what's the active volcano in Hawaii?
Here's something I found on the web. According to SMV.org, Hawaii is currently home to 5 active volcanoes.
Okay, so Kilauea. So I was right. So, and I think it's Kilauea that's active, right? Right now, it's doing some more percolating. Volcano is still going, and yes, you're right. Nice. Little help from Alexa. Well, it's funny because we don't, you know what I mean? We hear like what's on the news, and like they'll say like something about it, and then they just drop the subject. So like we don't really get to find out exactly what's going on over there. So because that kind of felt a little funky, that literally just I thought it pulled out all the way. Because this feels a little funky here, I think I'm gonna just pull this screw all the way out. Yeah, it's all chalked up with junk. It's about time to probably clean something like that anyway. So I have a cup of coffee here. The temperature is really chilly at 78 degrees. Well, I guess if you live on the surroundings of a stinking volcano, yeah, I guess, yeah. I guess 78's chilly. I think there's junk in there. What I don't want is I don't want that to come out. Granted, oh man, it says 78 in chilly. Yeah, see, there's something in there. It's not allowing the tool to set all the way in there. So, gotta dig it out a little bit. This right here, just take a pick and dig it out a little bit so that it's nice and clean. Oh, I have the microphone down here. There we go. That's better. Now I don't have to yell. Alright. Something seems a little funky with this thing. Doesn't seem like it's going on enough. Well, guess I'll just have to leave it. All right, so now I'm going to take off the upper and lower kingpin. And that is probably a 2.5. We'll take a guess. Nope, it's a 3. That might be loose. I should be using, you know what? It's stupid. It's not. It's the lock nut. That's right. I forgot. There's a lock nut in the bottom there. I got to get my other set so I can get my wrench in there. I got a wrench that I can get in there. At least I should have a wrench that gets in there. All right. So as we're looking at here. Looks like I picked the exact right one. It's always a good thing. Wow. Oh, those threads got hammered. The threads got hammered by the pin. Now this block right here. So this is the C hub. This is that's the actual hub. Mine on that side is super glue and screws holding it together. It cracked, and I used super glue and screws just to put it all back together. But you can see that pen is wiped out right there. You know, it might be easier if I pop out the whole piece. If I pull the pin, I'll be able to swing it out and might be able to get better access to it. So there's a little pin retainer screw. Pop that out. And just slide the pin right out. Nice, clean, shiny pin. So there's that. See how? Let's get you down here. See how? See what the pen did to the lock nut? It chewed it. Come on, focus. Focus on the stupid lock nut. Well, I'm not allowing it to focus. Come on. Bring it in. Come on. Focus on the stinking lock nut. Stop focusing on the background. You get a gnarly hand right in front of you. Focus on it. What the heck? Well, anyways, take my word for it. The lock nut's destroyed. The screw itself, kind of same thing. See that shiny, glistening thing that the camera's not focusing on? That's a chewed up portion of the threads of the screw. Fortunately, it did unscrew. Obviously, it's going to overpower it. But pop that pin out, pull off this top one here, pull out that side one, be able to take this whole thing out as a unit. The shaft is going to stay in there or come with it, depending upon, you know, how you do it. So here's what we're looking at. See, it's going to be easier if I take off the steering thing too. So we'll pop off the steering one as well. Surprisingly, I haven't broken any arms. Just one of the hubs. But like I said, I drilled it. Mixed up a super glue or whatever I used. I can't remember if it was super glue or epoxy. I think it was super glue, and filled in the crack, and then literally used a nut and a bolt and bolted the two halves of the crack together. And that's the side that has not been having issue. That's got a galvanized nail for a pin. So these usually use a hardened pin. I got a galvanized nail on the other side, and this is the one that pops out. The other one broke. Broke or I lost it. Maybe I lost it. So there we go. Now you can pull it out as a unit. Pull the unit out as a unit. And that's what we're looking at. So the pin had popped out. And that's what I was hearing when I was running it. I was hearing that pin chewing away at the thing there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to completely clean this out. I'm going to free up, hopefully, that lock nut right there. I'm going to reset the pin. I'm going to put Loctite inside of there, and then I'm going to use my aluminum tape. So this right here, and I'm going to wrap this end in aluminum tape to hopefully keep that pin in place. I may use a layer of the aluminum tape and then go ahead and back it up with a layer of the other stuff that I got there. What's his name there? Steel City RC. He has shown how to do this. Very easy to do. It's something that he recommends on. It's not this, but it's the same configuration. It's the same setup. When you get a pin that's popping out, such as this, which this vehicle seems to be plagued with, you want to go ahead and do kind of like that. Very easy repair. So that's a shout out to Steel City RC. Good guy. His name is Goalie. I don't know actually what his real name is, but it comes across as Gorley Stokes or something like that. Get a look at this side. That pin looks perfect. So I'm not going to mess around with that. I might just give a tweak on that little set screw right there. But I do have brand new boots, so we'll go ahead and replace that boot because that one's obviously junk now. And obviously we'll clean this up as we go. But this was a good catch, man. This is definitely a good catch to be able to grab this before it totally wiped out everything. So that's a 2mm. And I should be able to access it right through it. I might have to heat it up. I'm going to see real quick. Yep. That is wanting some heat. Not funny. There's also a threaded side on that side too. It's as if you could put a set screw in there. But I'm going to throw some heat on that. And there we go. Now, I'm gonna think maybe I'll just reset that pin instead of pulling it apart. Why am I wasting my time pulling that thing apart? I'm just gonna reset the pin. Watch out for my head hitting the microphone. My channel logs. What did I do? So I should pop it out though. I did say I was gonna pop that pin out. So yeah. That thing could take 2 set screws. Wonder if I should throw a second set screw in there. That thing will take 2. I think I'm gonna throw in a second set screw in there. Think I need a second set of hands here. Here we go. So that pin is in there. I just want to make sure it's settled. It needs to be driven just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. And I think that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some Loctite into that hole right there. I am going to go grab a second set screw, I think. I don't remember it being 2 set screws though. Oh, actually, you know what? I gotta pull this apart to get the boot off. Suppose I could go through this way. It just would have been easier to go the other way. Because this way, there's a chance of ripping it. Yeah, I don't want to rip the new boot, so I'm gonna pop that pin out. Some coffee. I need my other things there. Let's see. It's got some chafing on that pin. Right, but if you ever checked out my repair on the other side with the galvanized nail, you'll see what I did. I'm telling you, the galvanized nail repair is actually, it's holding up like way better than I had even thought. It's a hybrid, that's actually a hybrid axle. It's a combination of original Losi and the, what's the name of that company there? FID or whoever makes the pretty crazy axles for these things. It's a combination of the two. It's just like a hybrid axle with with a galvanized nail. Today on MacGyver Garage, I'm going to show you the way to not do something. All right. So what did I do with that other set screw? Oh, it's right there. Gotta be careful, man. I'm losing stuff here. So we got this set screw hit. No, we don't. Uh-oh. Oh, no. What happened to the set screw? Ah, crap. Thought I put it on the paper towel here. There's only one set screw on the paper towel. So that means I lost it. No! Are you serious? Ah, there it is. Whew. Thought I lost that. All right. You know what? I'm not going to waste my time. I'll end up trying to waste my time trying to find a set screw that I'll never find. I'm just going to blow this thing back together and hope for the best. I am going to put a new boot on because I do have new boots for it. This one was obviously wiped out. Everything seems nice and smooth in here. Nice and rusty. Everything seems smooth. Smooth as rust. All right. I'm going to grab those new boots. So it's these right here. Part number for those boots right there. If you'll even, come on, focus on at least the part number here. No, focus on the part number. Never mind. It's part number something. Losi boots. So, looks like it's the fatter ones. So these boots right here. I believe it's the fat ones. Yep. Nope. Yep. It's the fat ones. All right. So what I should do is I should actually lube this up a little bit. Lube it up with some coffee or something. Maybe that's what I should do. Lube it up with coffee. I got to get that on there. So I got to stretch it out a little bit. I'm going to have to use coffee to get it on. Come on, I don't have to dip this thing in my coffee. Should be using hairspray, because that will definitely lube it up, and then it will also lock it on. So I'm going to go get my hairspray. My hairspray. All right. This is the stuff that I use. Probably won't focus on it. So this is the hair product. This is it's just Lock-It. This is what I use for my 3D printer bed. I spray this down before I do a 3D print, and it like literally never comes off until you want it to come off. I also use this on these boots because what it does is it allows the boot to have a slickness to slip on, and then after, you know, a period of time, it will also dry and seal basically the boot into place, which is great. It doesn't harm the rubber material. It basically just does exactly what it says. It literally locks it into place. So I'm going to go like this first just to kind of lube it up. Spray a little bit in here. And then hopefully be able to stretch it over. Hopefully be able to stretch it over. Here I am telling you how I do this, and it's not working. Oh, it's going to work all right. I'm going to make it work. So basically what it is, it's inside out. And then I'll just flip it. And then it's on. And now it's already starting to seal. So if you want it to unseal, you just wet it. And then we'll unseal. So there you go. Flip it inside out, spray it, slide it on, slide it back, and you're good to go. All right. Now I'll go ahead and throw this pin back in here. This is factory Losi right here. And I'm going to go, I think, with that side right there. Take that pin. Oops. And align that. Align that for the second time. Make sure it's going in. And it looks like it's going in. Looks like that's it. So, beautiful. So now I'm going to grab the thing here. I'm going to take a squeeze of Loctite. I'm going to squeeze it inside of that hole right there. Let it settle down and in a little bit. Give it a poke. Get the air bubbles out of there. Grab the set screw and then feed it in. Give it a crank. And I'll wipe up the excess just so that we don't get thread lock like all over the place. Not that it really matters. I feel like I want to put a set screw on that other side though. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my aluminum tape and I'm just going to aluminum tape this, which actually, you know what? I got to loosen that set screw. It looks like the pin for some reason moved the slightest amount. There we go. And am I going to wait the 24 hours? No, I never do. I'm literally just going to get out there and rip it. So I'm going to put the aluminum tape on right now. Basically just going to cut a length of it. Aluminum tape it. I don't know if he used this or not, but I know he used the other stuff, but this is, I would rather do it like this. I just don't know where my scissors are. My scissors somewhere.
Benjamin?
Yes, my love.
Can I bring down the stuff that's on the baker's rack?
Yep. Not sure where my scissors went. But I had some scissors here somewhere. Come on. Well, normally I'd cut this stuff with a pair of scissors. I feel like when I used the dual lock, I had the scissors over here. I wonder if somebody came into my shop and took them. So I'm basically just going to cut a length of this. And then kind of want to, I'm just going to get kind of like an idea. I need my scissors. Have you seen my scissors? Yeah, I think they're red and gray. I had them like just the other day too.
Yes, black ones.
Oh my God. You know what? I gotta tell you, man. See, organization it destroys me. Every time I organize something, I lose something, right? Check this out. Want to know where my scissors were? Do you see this? Oh, maybe if I looked in my organization cup, I would have been able to see the red and gray handled scissors that were literally in my face. There they are. They were here. All right. So now I'm going to cut the tape. cut the tape. Just like that. I'm going to wrap that thing there. Hopefully, this with the other stuff there, the Gorilla Tape, hopefully that will help. We're going to find out. God, this stuff is so tacky. And I don't care about, you know, how it looks wrapped on the inside and stuff like that, because the joint will eat it away anyway. What I do want to check, though, is I do want to check the bearings. So I technically didn't even need to take that kingpin out. Oh, that's the shim. So I almost just lost that shim. So that shim goes right there. Maybe I will have to razor blade that. But I think it just seats right on that. Right? Yeah. It just seats right on there. So that really don't matter. So give that a nice little wipe. I'm gonna put another layer of that aluminum tape on there. And then I'll use a very small amount of Gorilla Tape, just as like a cushion. That's that right there. Ah, broke it. Good enough. So I'm going to wrap a little bit of Gorilla Tape on there as a little backup insurance. Yeah, have fun finding your Gorilla Tape guy. I've got Gorilla Tape down here somewhere. I've got 2 stinking huge rolls of Gorilla Tape. Here we go. Right here. Does anybody out there remember these things? Great Plains slot machine. Check it out. Still works. I actually plugged it in just to charge it up to see if it would still work. Unbelievable. This is literally from when? This was when I used to build planes. So this was like a long time ago. Still works. All right. So now I'm going to take a strip of this stuff right here. I'm going to rip a strip. Like that. And then wrap it. And that literally should be it. That should prevent that pin from sliding out. Should. I am going to take a little bit of my favorite grease, and I'm actually going to stick it in there right now, just a little bit, just so it can marinate in there when I slide this boot over. Don't do anything this clown says, he's a butcher. Clayton, what's going on, brother? Awesome. You're absolutely right. Don't do anything that this clown says, he's a butcher. Appreciate it, guy. You're absolutely right. Don't do anything that this clown tells you. Is there a way to highlight that comment? I wish I could highlight that comment. I love comments like that. I definitely appreciate the positiveness in your comment, brother. Thank you. It's very much appreciated. I am going to Loctite, you know, but don't listen to me. I'm a clown. I am going to Loctite my nylock only because obviously the pin wiped out that portion of the nylock end. And anyways, nylocks are only good for limited use anyway. Those should be replaced. But then again, don't listen to me because I'm a clown. I'm going to use my ignition wrench to get in there because it's a small area. But then again, don't listen to me because I'm a clown. Gotta love people. So the only issue that I'm coming across right now is because that pin got wiped out, because the threads got wiped out, I think I might have to just clean up the threads on the end now. But then again, don't listen to me because I'm a clown. Live RC guy, right? Higher RC clown guy garage. Right. It's RC clown guy garage. Yeah. The threads are a little bit tweaked on there, so I might have to hit it with a file. But then again, I don't know what I'm talking about. So I might just grind it away with my teeth because I'm a clown. Clayton. Once this is all over, when I find your comment in the thing, I'm just gonna literally just pin it. Today on RC Clown Garage. There we go. Threads look a little bit better. And because I'm such a clown, what I did is I used my side cutters to redress the threads, but you know, to each his own. We got clown tools here. Yes, sir. It is a train wreck, Clayton, but it's quite all right. Hey, Clayton, brother, fellow RCer or whatever you are. See that right there? RC Clown Guy Garage fixed that side with a galvanized nail. So, and it's surpassed the stock one. So, hey, you know, you got to do what you got to do, right, brother? Just be happy and have a good time. Get out there and have a blast. Whatever makes you feel better about yourself. I'm good with that. You want to laugh at me? Good. That's the whole point. Put a smile on your face, you know? Come to the show, get a couple laughs. What was that movie there with, what's his name there? Bruce Willis. Forget what the name of that movie was. But he was something along the lines of, show up for the show, have a couple laughs. Forget what the name of that was. Yeah, see that one's actually really wiped out right inside of there. Same exact thing. The pin wiped it out. The focus is junk. See how it's wiped out? So I did the same exact thing to that side. That's a little bit harder to get to. But you can do it. That's gonna kind of be rough to access that one. But so we're good. Bearings are mint. And then on RC Clown Garage here, what I always do is I take an oil. I use a 25 weight shock oil. Don't do what this clown does. And I will fill that inside cavity with a little bit of oil. Just like that. And because it's a shielded bearing, because it's sitting in the pocket, it will slowly make its way into those bearings. Make sure you wear gloves. Don't forget to wear a respirator, eye protection. Go ahead and throw on a full body Tyvek suit when you're working on stuff like this. And then don't forget your red nose. Better than watching CNN? Guy, it's all fake news. So we're going to go ahead and use some hair products there, Clayton. I'm going to go ahead and fill that boot up with some hair product, some lock it, and I'm going to slide that boot right over there. And there we go. So that's how RC Clown Guy Garage over here fixes his stuff. Basically just hack it together. Using a little bit of hairspray to hopefully get this boot into place here. And for me, that should work just like that. And what will happen is the hairspray will basically just lock this into place, and it kind of also seals it. What I didn't do is I didn't put my grease in there, but maybe I could do that right now. Hey Clayton, see this right here? Permatex Silicone Ceramic Extreme. This is what I use in all my ring and pinion differentials for all my RCs, and I also use it inside the CVD joints. Over here at Hack and Slash Garage. The hairspray actually should still be activated on there. There we go. And that should be all right. The funny thing is, right, Clayton, when you really think about it, right, brother? Someone, you know, that's negative on the channel, it's cool. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, and I'm all right with that. But when you think about, you know, certain things, when you're negative, you know, in a certain, you know, way like that, what does that like show? What are you proving? And I'm using hairspray to, you know, put my stuff together. But what does it prove? Do you know what I mean? I mean, like I said, it's cool, man. You know, you want to be negative to me? I'm used to it, man. I'm good. So that oil is still obviously inside that channel. Like I said, what it will do is, in my mind, what it has always done is kind of provide a little bit of, I guess, extra oil protection inside and between the two bearings that carry the weight of the axle. So toss that in. Put that bottom piece on. Go ahead and take my pin, slide that into place. Take your hammer, hammer it in. Take your pin or your pin retainer screw. Go ahead and toss this into place. But to find the right tool. So there we go. Throw on the top arm. And then literally this thing is going to be ready to rip. I am going to put, like I was saying, I am going to put thread lock on these screws only because with these being taken off, you know, like I said, nylock really doesn't last forever. So I'll go ahead and put a thread lock on my screw here. Then go ahead and thread the nut back on. With the right driver. Because, you know, over here at Clown Garage, we don't do anything the right way. Ah, see? Proof right there. So that's good. Go ahead and attach our steering link. We'll do the same thing. Put some Loctite on there. And I go ahead and just put a little Loctite this way. Just make sure you slather Loctite all over everything, including your fingers. And literally that's it. So this thing will rip another day now. Yeah. You know what I forgot? So here's putting it to you. Guess what I forgot? So putting this all together, listening to Clayton ticking me off. I forgot my shim. Crap. Thanks, Clayton. Thanks, brother, for messing with my head. Maybe someday I can return the favor somehow. God damn you. Crap. Hopefully I can just swing it out. God damn it, Clayton. You suck. Well, I guess it gives it more time for my batteries to charge up. Son of a gun. Damn you, Clayton, man. It's all right. We're still buddies. I just didn't want to have to pull this whole damn thing apart again. You're still my best friend, Clayton. Don't worry about it. We're good. Let's see here. All right. RC Clown Garage here. Slide on that little shim. Put this back on. Hey, that's a little bit better. Put that retainer pin back in. Loctite all over my fingers right now. That's why you're supposed to wear gloves. That way you don't get Loctite all over your hands. All right. Top link. Everything's covered in Loctite. Nice. Thanks, Clayton guy. Appreciate it. I'll get you back one of these days. I'm going to smear a little bit more Loctite on there just because. Why not? Because I got a whole bottle of it. And where'd the lock nut go? Lock nut right there. Where'd the lock nut go now? Come on, where's the lock nut? I wonder if it's stuck in the driver. Literally, the lock nut gets stuck in there? I don't think so. It's like the lock nut just rolled away. Come on. Where the heck did the lock nut go? Oh. Hey, where'd the lock nut go? Stuck inside the wrench. Ah. Now put the steering thing back on. No thanks to Clayton. Screwing me up. It's not that one. It's this one. All right. I'll do another little dab. Loctite right inside the threads there. Just because I got a whole gallon of it. Awesome. All right. Now we're kind of a little bit better than we were. So hopefully the pin is going to stay in there. Like I said, I'll give credit to Steel City RC with wrapping just that outer edge just to maybe give a little bit of protection to that pin so that maybe it doesn't pop out. It shouldn't pop out, and I usually don't have that issue, but I figured I might as well go ahead and give it a try. And hopefully just this pin won't pop out anymore. There was a second little spot there for another set screw. I probably should have threw another set screw in there, but to be quite honest with you, I do not remember if it had 2 set screws or 1 or whatever. So we did put a little bit of thread lock right inside the hole, and then obviously cranked in the set screw into there. We did put a little bit of oil, like I always do with all my hubs, every single hub, whether if it's a sealed bearing or if it's a shielded bearing like this. I always put a little bit of oil inside that intersection between where the 2 bearings reside. There's always a little channel to go ahead and put that in there. I've been doing it for years, since like since they had 2 bearings per hub. So it seems to work for me. I don't ever have any problems doing that. Now we're going to go ahead and throw the hex back on. I'm going to put a little bit of Loctite again on this screw here. We can burn it out next time if we have to. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to burn it right now. Hopefully that burned out a little bit of the thread lock that was already in there. Now I have to find my pin. There it is. So here's the pin for the hex. Pretty much lined up right there. Drop that into place. I'm going to rotate it just so that I can keep it straight. And then take a little bit of thread lock and re-thread lock this here, but I'm going to burn this first just to get the old Loctite off. So the old Loctite is gone. Whew. Burns my fingers. Look at that, smoking. It smells like chicken in here. So I'll just give it a quick wipe off. I'll go ahead and just put a little drop. A little drop. The whole nozzle end is cut off on this thing. It's hard to figure out a little drop with this Loctite. Oops. Green frog. In your wrench. Oh, the lock nut was in my wrench. Oh, I think I literally just dripped a whole mess of it on there. So, good enough. Yeah, see, that worked out great. So I'll give it 24 on there. Give it a crank. And that should be fine. What I do wish is I had some kind of a cap to throw inside there, because it's almost like a pen cap would be kind of cool to be able to toss inside this little hole right here, just to kind of stop junk from getting in there. I think they have like covers, like hex covers that you can throw on here after you throw your lock nut on. But I feel like I'd rather have like a pen cap kind of thing popped in there just to kind of keep the junk out of there. Maybe what you could do is cut a piece of pipe foam insulation, the real dense stuff. Maybe give it a shove in there just to kind of keep the crap from settling in there. Keep the rust out of there. Whatever, just keep the contaminants out. Yeah, maybe I should run. Maybe I should run this. There we go. But you see what I'm saying? Like if there was a way to pop something in there, just to kind of seal it off, because that's something that I don't appreciate, because it's such a small set screw. The chances of you wiping out that set screw, that's why it's good to go ahead and take the blowtorch and blowtorch it just for a couple seconds, and then be able to, like, I guess, pull that set screw out. So, but this is RC Clown Garage here. Those batteries should be done checking. We're not charging in the house. Those batteries should be done checking. But the plan is now I gotta swap out an arm. I do have the RPM arms for the Outcast 8S. I don't know if you saw the video, but I did basically jump. I'm gonna say it was actually 2.5 stories high. It was a 2.5 story drop, and what I did is I messed up. And what's funny? I messed up the timing. If you listen to the video, you can actually hear I clicked the throttle. You can hear a click before it hits the ground. But what happened was it's the delay of the controller to the receiver. So when I clicked it, my timing was off. So you literally heard me correct it, but I probably should have corrected it a split second sooner. You know what I mean? But when you're in the moment and you got that distance, you know, the judgment, the whole signal, everything, my fault, broke the A-arm. It's no big deal. Like I said, I do have the RPM replacements, which are right here. So I've got the rears, which I'm going to hold off on the rears until they break. And then obviously I have both left and right front, uppers and lowers. And I think for now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold off on replacing the upper, and I'm just going to replace the lower. Just for now, just to see what happens. The other thing I'm not sure is if I'm supposed to be putting that little end cap on. It might be in the instructions right here. Pivot. No, that was just talking about the pivot ball thing there. On obviously the L-cast, it has those little strengthening cups. So it does look as though you're supposed to put it on here. But I don't know. What, you're supposed to epoxy it on? Does it hold on by magic? I have no idea. As far as these pillow balls, the recommendation is to drive them in. Do not tap the hole. Drive them in. It's going to be a stronger threaded bond by doing that. So, yeah, that's it. That's the part number for that. This is the left upper and lower side for the Creighton and the L-cast 8S. Which one did I break? I broke the left side, so it's this one. So like I always say, get out there and rip it. Clayton, hopefully you were joking. If you weren't, that's cool too. If you're still here. But whatever, you know, negativity, literally negativity is all around us. And hopefully, like I said, hopefully Clayton was just kind of trying to just give me some heat, which is fine. I could take it. Am I perfect? No. Do I know what I'm doing? Yeah. So, yeah, the only thing that I thought about doing was potentially in Clayton, guy, get a haircut, will you? Get a mullet hawk. All right. Step into the real world, Clayton. Get yourself a mullet hawk. Join the crowd. So these I originally bought these for the X-Max, but then I realized the X-Max actually really doesn't need this. That the stock X-Max tires and wheels by Earl Moorhead, he said, you're better off sticking with the stockers because of their weight. Now, this is a heavy stinking wheel. And I bought 8 of these things because I was thinking to myself, man, these Pro lines, these things are supposed to be stinking awesome. Well, if I drill out that center section there, I will be able to put this on this DBXLE. The other thought was, too, is maybe throwing a set of these on my L-cast. The L-cast, I don't know, man. The L-cast tire and wheel setup is definitely more lighter weight than this right here, but this is also Proline, so Proline's supposed to be a good company, right? The wheel, the rim itself looks pretty well built, you know? I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to go to Diamond Dust today before the rain hits. The rain is supposed to hit somewhere around 5 p.m. The batteries are just about done checking. So I'm going to take the Traxxas Max, which is my wife's. I'd love her to come, but I know it's 40 degrees, and I know she wouldn't enjoy it as much as I would. Just because, I don't know, I think maybe just being out there and ripping it, maybe it just, you know, gets my adrenaline going, you know, having a good time. But the laser nut is ready. That's going to rip on a 4S pack. That is running a set of Redcat Racing Kaijus, which is that tire right there. So that tire, is that a Kaiju? Yeah. So the laser nut's ripping Kaijus. It's actually upside down right there. So that's the laser nut right there, upside down. So laser nut obviously has the brand new conversion, and I figured that taking it to Diamond Dust, was going to be a very good test. The last time I took it to Diamond Dust, 0 issues. The thing ripped, and I mean, I didn't hold back. So I think I'll do, you know, a couple of high-speed passes, and I'm literally just going to go to that jump. I am also going to try to see if I can climb that semi-vertical 4.5-story mountain with the laser nut. We'll see what this with stock tires. We'll see what this thing can do. So here's your stockers. Here's your Pro lines. For the love of God, look at the difference. It's even a very slightly bigger tire. So that's lined up on the bottom. So it's a slightly bigger tire. Looks like it's pretty much like the, yeah, see that? That's how much taller of a tire it is as well. The offset actually looks like it's sucked in slightly. So that's pretty much where the offset sits, about. Almost looks like it's a 0 offset wheel. If you have a chance and you want to get paddle tires for your 5th scales that take a 24, I definitely recommend these. I have a link in the description for these things. These things are a very, very well supported paddle. It has supporting ribs both on the scoop and, you know, for the inner side of the scoop, and then obviously for the back side of the scoop. Also, if you want to get an idea of width, so here's the width of your DBXLE tire. Here's the width of your paddle. Now, the Losi paddles, in my opinion, they're a joke. These things aren't playing. The rim probably could use a little bit of extra support, but that's only because I struck a stinking tree on a jump with the Outcast, with these on. So that's the only reason why I cracked the spoke. Totally my fault. But if you're looking for a good set of paddles, man, and size-wise, like paddle tire versus this, the paddle tire sits at literally the same height as the DBXLE for tread. So top of the tread to top of the tread, it sits absolutely perfect. I have ran these as a single rear scoop tire and then ran these on the front. Totally works out. But I've also done, you know, all 4 tires at the same time, which that's what I ripped with the Outcast. The Outcast originally had all 4. Then I swapped it to having just rear tires, rear paddles with the regular Outcast tires, which was a slight offset in size. But because I was running through snow, it didn't matter. I wasn't harming the differentials, wasn't causing any center diff issues, other than the fact that maybe the center diff just needs to be locked up a little bit. This DBXLE 2.0, I'm fairly confident I'm going to want to lock up that center differential just a little bit more than what it is. This thing is basically stock. That front differential, I'll probably also lock that up a little bit as well. Just increase the thickness of the fluid because I want a little bit less of the diffing action that I'm getting on that front. I would rather have just a little bit more transfer of power to that rear by, like I said, thickening up the center diff fluid and then thickening up just a little bit more on that front differential as well. The rear, I'm going to leave alone. The rear seems like it's fine. If the transfer of power causes the rear end to diff out a little bit too much, I might think about, you know, cracking it open and checking it out. If I remember right, I think I've had these diffs apart. I don't remember. I've taken so many differentials apart, I don't remember. So, but anyways, it is live stream. We've been going for almost 2 hours. This is RC Clown Garage here, and I'm going to get out there and rip it like I suggest you should. Clayton, like I said, good luck to you, man. Hopefully you can feel a little bit happier now that you know, tried to insult me. I'm all right with that. Come by anytime, throw your insults at me. I'm good. Anyways, like I said, I'm just going to wrap this up real quick. I'm going to jump into the chat, just say hello to everybody. But I'm going to throw a little bit of my thread lock on you. And yes, no, I do not. I do not wait the 24 hours. I never have. It seems to work for me. I know everybody says wait 24 hours, but I never have in my entire life. Maybe I did by accident. I might have waited 24 hours by accident. But that was just maybe because I, you know, set it up and, you know, took off and did something else. Also, eventually, the on and off of your wheels. Eventually, you do have to buy new wheels, by the way. Especially if you have knurled nuts, because you're cranking down on that plastic. You know, it can only take just so many cranks. So I'm actually going to put my 24 on there, my 17. Give it a little bit of an extra crank, a little bit of leverage. I'm going to go ahead and check all of the other 3 corners and make sure that's all set. Clean up a little bit here. That was it. Just a very simple, nothing repair. Hopefully that other side is holding up. It seems like it is. I did install also a new boot on there, which I'm happy about that. Don't forget to clean up after yourself, but don't clean up too much so that you like lose all your tools like I do. You know, like cleaning up and organizing like this. Not being able to find my scissors, but they were sitting right there in front of my face. I'm asking my wife to help me. Honey, I can't find my scissors. Did you take them? So I might take this with me. I do have actually the other one, I think, in my jacket pocket. You know, the real one that came with this. But this one does have a little bit more leverage on it. The one that came with the Losi, while it's a good quality, it's good quality, but it's hard to grab that thing, man. All right, so check it out. See that? That servo's providing some power. That's probably not a good idea to do. But that goes to show you that you can technically turn these servos into generators. Right? Take the servos and somehow hook them up to the drive shaft and provide power to go back to your batteries. Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't it be cool for somebody to figure out a system where you could literally put an alternator or a generator in here to generate power to additionally feed like the battery somehow? Wouldn't that be cool? I think that would be stinking awesome. Like how they have the regenerative braking systems on the electric cars. My skateboard is the same way. So I got a Raptor 2. So when I hit the brake, it's regenerating power. So if I'm going down, you know, a pretty good decline, I'll actually give the brake a crank a little bit obviously to slow me down, but it also regenerates more power to the battery, which is pretty cool. And it would be kind of interesting if somebody did something like that. Put some kind of something in here to just generate a little bit of extra power. Maybe I can just take one of my Chevy alternators and just mount it inside of here somehow with a belt system, and then provide 12-volt power to help like recoup some of the power loss. Wouldn't that be funny? So, like I always say, a big thing, wear gloves. It also helps with the cleanup process with your hands. And to be quite honest with you, you really don't want this kind of, it's on your skin, right? It's also going through your skin, believe it or not. My wife taught me that. And it really is a smart and good idea to use gloves. I just can't find mine right now. So, but that shouldn't be an excuse.
No, it shouldn't.
Yes, my love?
The heat thing. I really got to show you something. It really is messed up.
Okay.
The dining room,
Yep.
hot as hell.
Okay.
And the living room area is fine. So things are heating up, not right.
Okay.
And it's saying that it's set at 60, but it's 66 in the house, obviously from just normal things.
Right.
But I can feel the heat on the back end of the house when it shouldn't be on.
Okay.
So just really get that other thing in, because I really think that's what the problem is.
Right. Well, I told you I tied in the two zones.
But the thing is, it's not working as two zones. It's working.
Just so you know, I know it's.
So why is the heat on?
It's working. So the two zones. We have a 4-zone heating
I know
system.
that.
Okay. So what's happened right now is our first floor is operating as a single zone, even though it's a 2-zone.
Okay, but if that was the case, then the heat would be on. The baseboards would be on.
Right, but wherever. But okay, so to explain to you how I set that up, just until I set up the Ecobee, whatever is calling for heat, whether if it's the hot water heater, whatever calls for heat right now is gonna feed heat to that room, to that zone. Because what I did is I have the valve open. Okay. But usually the only zone that's providing heat is normally the living room. But if the hot water heater is calling for heat, it's also going to heat that zone.
What's happening is the house is hot.
Okay. Well, I can turn the zone off until I, get that thing installed. It's not like it's a cold day. I'll just shut that zone off. HVAC 101. So I've got a 4-zone boiler system. We have forced hot water, and obviously our hot water here is heated by the boiler as well. What I did is we have a 2-wire, so we have a 2-wire system. It's a 1996 built house, so there's no common wire to provide power to the Ecobees. So what I've been doing is I've been tapping into. Normally, right where the Ecobee or the thermostat is, normally there's either a light switch or there's an outlet that's in that same stud bank, right? So what I've been doing is tapping into the power source, which would either be the light switch or it's going to be the outlet. The outlet is obviously always going to have a power feed to it. The light switch kind of shouldn't. Normally it's the box that's supposed to be that feeds the light switch, and the light switch is the cutoff, but there's still going to be power going to that light switch. So what I do is I tap off of the power lead on the light switch, and then obviously go in through the common wire, just hook up. I basically put in a new box. So I'll cut in, and I might even do a video on it, because there might be some people out there that want to know how easy it is to actually supply power to your, Ecobee or your electronic thermostat. Some people just don't understand that. Doesn't matter if you have a 2-wire system. You can still, if you've got a light switch or an outlet, you'll be able to supply power. Not 120 volts or 110, but or 114. You'll be able to put in a a work box. So a remodel box. You can put in a remodel box, and inside the remodel box, what you do is you stuff in a transformer that has power supplied to it. Everything's all bolted up. They actually have work boxes that are designed with those transformers right in them, so it makes it easier. But I don't do it that way. I do it the RC Guy Garage Hack It way, which works. Maybe I'll put a disclaimer in front of the video. Do not attempt. But here you go. I saw this guy on YouTube. He used a chainsaw engine to power his Tesla. He's got 4 chainsaw engines powering his Tesla. But, well, what was I saying? So our heating zone, we have a 4-zone system. We do not have a common wire that feeds the power, the appropriate power to the side of the blah, blah, blah. So I just wire in a box. But right now, because I worked on my daughter's bedroom, we totally redid. So my daughter's bedroom is now upstairs, and the downstairs room is like a study, like secondary den living room for her, just to like literally do all her stuff. Just made sense. And because I've been doing other stuff, I haven't done the swap. So the Ecobee is not in that room right now. So I basically just got to wire it up. So you just tap off the outlet or tap off of the light switch for power. If you're nervous, you could put like separate switch on it or something. But you know, over here at RC Clown Garage, we don't know what we're talking about. So God, don't listen to this guy. Don't wire up your house the way he does. Oh, it's an insurance claim waiting to happen. Oh, wait a minute. That's what I said I was going to do. I forgot. I said in the stream that I was going to actually attach this. So I've never messed with the programming side of this DBXLE. Let's check into it. Crap. All right. I'm not done. We'll let those batteries marinate a little bit longer. Drink the rest of my coffee. All right. So I'll get the keyboard out of here. Now, just because I am going to sit this thing on a couple tires, just in case, because I'm not gonna undo the pinion, but I do want this thing to kind of be, you know, just in case. I don't know. This is RC Clown Garage. Something might go wrong. This is how I put the cars away. Like a piece of crap. Because I don't care. I do care, but I don't care. All right. So, I think we're good. So, on here, apparently all I got to do is just disconnect the phone line. I got to disconnect the fan wire, which there's a boulder stuck in there. But there's actually a rock stuck in there. Look at that. Stick a boulder stuck in there. All right. So, kind of a pain in the neck to get to, but I got to pop this fan wire, keeping in mind which way the orientation is of that of the ground wire or negative terminal. I'm going to use my pliers to go ahead and pop that. If I can find my pliers. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that with my pliers. Nice and easy. Without breaking stuff. Set that aside. I'm only going to put 4S into this just to electrify it. So I think this has power. I wonder, can I check the cells on this thing? I wonder if I can check the cells on this. I don't even know. I've never done this, but I've never checked the cells on this thing. I don't know if this thing checks cells or not. Looks like it does. It says battery checker. Oh, it does. No way. Wow, this actually checks the battery. What does it say? It's 0 volts. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't like how it cycles. One, two, three. All right. So that's actually just a 3S pack. So what was I thinking? That ain't gonna work. I'll just pop in a little 6S pack into it for now. I'll get my little adapter to have it be 6S for now. All right. So let's see. This Y is in the way. So I'm going to plug, keep in mind that negative wire. Jeez, I really can't see it. Wow. How do people do this? Your fingers are gotta be so small. Can't even see what I'm doing here. I think that's in there. I think it's in. But I am going to put the little adapter in there just to make this 6S, just to power it up. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it won't take off. Hopefully this is connected. Hey, look at that. Horizon. Ooh, that's scary. So select, connect into the ESC. Software version, mode. So running mode, obviously, forward reverse brake. So we're going to leave that alone because that's what that was. Can't see it, can you? How come I can see it better than you? Looks terrible. Focus is all off and everything. Come on. There we go. I think you can see it. I don't know. I don't know why it's not. Makes it hard to see. All right. So select motor rotation counterclockwise. That's meant. Lipo cells all auto calculate. Obviously, you heard it was 6S. Auto for the cutoff. BEC voltage is 8.4. Max brake is only 25% on this vehicle. I do want to change that. So on that, I'm going to hit edit. And I'm going to change it to a brake rate that I think I might want. So I think for now, I'm going to keep it at, I'm going to try 50%. I'm used to driving it with the brake at 25, so I think having the brake, at is that even better? It's actually worse. What the hell? Why is it blown out? I'm going to have it at 50. So then obviously you have to hit save, but let's see how far it goes up. So then it goes 62.5, 75, 87.5, and 100. So I'm going to go to 50 just to see what it's like. Hit save. Obviously, it's going to save that data. Then we're going to go to the next one, which is max reverse, 25%. I'm okay with that. I don't really need the reverse to be, insane. So I'll keep that. Punch level is only set at 4. So what does it just go up to 5? Yeah, so it just goes up to 5. So I'm going to go ahead and change the punch level. Punch level is now set at, you can't see it. Oh, that's junk. Punch level is now at 5. Save that data. Next, timing. Going to leave the timing alone. And then restore default. And then literally that's done. And I think literally all you have to do is then just shut it off. And then pull the wire. And I believe it's done. So the only thing we changed was change the brake, increased it to 50%. It was set at 25. So that'll be interesting to, see what that's going to be like. Come on. Oh. What the heck? So brake is now at 50 from 25. What else did we change? Reverse. Did I change the reverse? No, I left the reverse alone, and then I changed the punch level up to 5. It was at 4. 4 seemed fine. Do you know what I mean? I don't know why I changed it. I guess I just changed it because I guess maybe for a change. But the punch level seemed fine, but now it's at max punch. So we'll see what it does. It'll definitely be nice to take this thing and rip it. That was so easy to program. I love that little programmer. I do not actually like the way this thing checks batteries because it cycles through the batteries. My regular cell checker that I have, I actually appreciate a lot better because you can cycle through things. It just works better. So it'll show you each individual cell as you go through. So as a cell checker, nah. As a programmer, yeah, definitely works good at RC Clown Garage. So, yeah, I might as well throw these packs in here. This thing is really ready to go. Everything looks mint on this thing. Check the steering. Ooh, that's loose. Check that out. Look at this. That's loose. I'm going to fix that right now. Dang. Oh, can't reach it. It's also a mega size. Do I have that Allen wrench? Oh man. What the hell? Oh, this one's loose too. Oh, that's no good. Both of them are loose. All right. What about the back? Back is a little loose, but I don't think I've got the Allen wrench for this. What the heck? Wait a minute. There it is. That's the Allen wrench for it, I believe. Yep. Look at that. Look how loose it is. All right. You know what I should do? Since I just found that loose, I am going to Loctite it. Because I don't like that. I do not like that that's loose, so I am going to Loctite it. Here, I thought I was done. Thought I was done, ready to rip. Not the case. Wow, that was a close call, man. All right. Why did I buy a big bottle of thread lock? This is why. Because I always need it. And again, I will not wait for this to cure. It'll cure enough. Come on, get out of my back. All right. That should be good. Do the same thing on the other side. This side was also loose. So that's something that I do neglect is checking stuff over. So I'm getting a little bit more into the habit of doing it. Just a little bit, not a lot. On the DB Pro and the laser nut, the back, it's funny, the back right, so the rear right passenger side, that both on the laser nut and the DB Pro came loose, which is weird that it's on the same side that it does that. So I have done that thing where I take off the lock nuts and I will do that. I'll torque them down. Let's see, shocks. Everything's good here. Everything seems tight. Check the back here. Did check the back already. Those are tight. That's tight. Pins. Pins. Those seem okay. See how loose that rear end is? See how unlocked it is? That's what I want to get away from. I definitely feel like I have to increase the the rear diff fluid just a little bit, just to get it tight. These rear pins seem like they're fine. The rear boots are in good shape. Front boots only got shredded because of the pins coming out. Center diff, I do want to lock that up because there is a massive amount of separation between. See, holding the rears. See how that center diff is just literally free spinning? So I do want to eventually get away from that, just thicken that up a little bit. But yeah, this thing's great. So I'm going to spin this around and toss the battery packs in it. After this run, I may end up coming back, and I may end up swapping out those Pro lines on this thing, because I have a suspicion that I feel as though I'm going to want the Pro lines on here. Straps are so massive. Still a good amount of soil in there. Let's leave it. Or I could wipe it out. Look at that. So much soil in there. I think I gotta get my vacuum. Kind of clean up all the soil that's in here still. Look at that. What the heck? If you got sensitive ears, watch out. Got a vacuum coming your way. One thing that I almost forgot was to plug in my fan. Probably a good idea to go ahead and do that. I was just thinking about the fan too. Because this is the fan that I super glued. Because it literally fell apart. So I want to make sure I've actually got it connected. So I'm just going to toss that battery back on there real quick. just to make sure. Yep. It works, but guess what? There's pine needles in there. So I'm going to get those pine needles out of there. Oh, this is that part that I hate because it's the whole stinking cover. Son of a... the whole stupid plastic cover. Damn it. Well, there's a pine needle in there. It's the only thing I don't like, man. I wish the cover to the fan was separate. So the cover's not going to want to come off right now. I'll just see if I can use the vacuum to suck that pine needle out of there. It's literally right there. It's such a scary sound. Watch out. Watch your ears. Should have worked. All right. That's it. Put my battery pack in this way. Z-packs fit absolutely 100% perfectly inside this thing. The only thing that I don't like is I don't like the Velcro strap setup. I've reversed the Velcro straps, trying to see if I can make it like work better, but it just, I don't know. Just don't like the way that literally goes right up against the cup. So usually I'll do something like this. So just like that. So that'll be plugged in that way. Have the other battery pack going in the other way. But this thing is very happy with these packs. Very happy. So see, I don't like this wire being hung out like that. So what I usually do is I'll wrap it like that, and when I plug it in, it seems to keep that wire in check. So I'll wrap the wire on this side. Like that. like that. That's it. And obviously that will keep together. You know what I mean? It'll keep that little contact, the little balance plug kind of, in that little socket. And the same thing happens with this one. Same thing. It'll keep that balance plug kind of in check. So front one, I'm usually not as worried about as the rear one. For some reason, I just feel like the rear one could somehow get into a sensitive area and get crushed. It probably won't, but I don't know. It's just like what my mind sees. So yeah, this thing's ready to go. Fill the pins in. And the DBXLE is ready to rip. So I don't think I'm going to actually have enough time to take the to do a video on the Outcast. So what I'll do is I'm going to pretty much just end the stream basically right here. And this was just a COVID and coffee with RC Guy Garage. We finally drank like our whole coffee, which wasn't that one. It was this one. Did we? Yeah. Empty. So, what do we do? I don't know. Didn't do anything. We worked on the DBXLE 2.0. I did the Steel City Garage repair, which is using basically tape to kind of like just have an added layer of insurance on that pin. I did the typical thing that I do with the boots is I use the hairspray just to kind of lock things in together. I used my favorite grease, which is this stuff right here. I use this grease inside of all my ring and pinion type of gears. This is a Permatex brake parts lubricant. It's a silicone extreme. It's bright orange. I use it inside the diffs, meaning the ring and pinion area, just to keep everything nice and lubricated. And then I also use them on the CVDs, especially if there's a boot, which like this style has. That way it can kind of like stay in there and keep things, just marinated nice. So yeah, so that's it. I'm thinking tonight we're going to have another Shop Talk and Wrench. Probably I'm going to do a little mini teardown of the ARRMA Big Rock. So if you haven't seen the video, I did put out a video yesterday. I did run 3 vehicles, but in the video, I only ran 2 because Trash Bag has been renamed to Crash Bag. So there's some footage for Crash Bag, which is literally a separate deal. But I took out the Traxxas, X-Max, which is Crash Bag. Used to be called Trash Bag. There's a whole backstory with that thing. I actually did get to rip Crash Bag yesterday. And that's also why it has its new name, Crash Bag. What else? The Big Rock? You gotta be kidding me. The Big Rock is actually a fun ripping little RC. Yeah, it's just like very, very shocked with the Big Rock, but the Big Rock did suffer some kind of something. I'm highly suspecting I blew out a bearing. The only reason why I'm saying that is because it's acting loose like the inner bearing blew out. It is possible. If you saw what I did to that Big Rock, it is very possible that I blew out that bearing. That thing was jumping. That thing was jumping. That thing was landing. That thing was ripping it. And that literally was only half the footage that I had, because the other half of the footage, I shut my camera off by accident. Well, not by accident. I just forgot to turn it back on. So when I did like the second battery pack of rip, like literally the Big Rock tried to climb that 4.5-story hill, that vertical, semi-vertical embankment. And the big rock actually did pretty good. Like, I mean, if you saw what I did to that thing, you'd be, my God, guy, how is that thing not broken? And that's kind of like what I was wondering to myself. And then I did a bunch of, back and forth full trigger rips right by me, bunch of tumbles, bunch of hitting other jumps with it. Just so aggravated that I didn't have the footage, man, because it would have shown. It would have shown the abuse that I put the big rock through. Because if you think that the jumps that I did with the big rock, if you thought that that was abusive, that literally was nothing to what I did once I was used to how the big rock handled. Because once I got used to, that was the first time ripping it. So once I got used to how that big rock, handled, I really opened it up on some jumps, man. And I didn't hold back. And something happened. So we'll just leave it at that. So hopefully tonight we'll do another shop talk and wrench. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, Clayton, if you're still here, you'll stay away. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Just be happy. Don't give people a real hard time. Try to just enjoy the hobby. Try to just get in it to be happy. All the name calling BS, keyboard hero type stuff. Don't even waste your time. I mean, if that's how you want to be, then I guess that's the story of your life. But you know what? Doesn't change the fact that, guess what? My DBXLE is going to rip another day. And the other side is rocking for a pin, for a hardened pin. It's rocking a galvanized nail. Come on, guy. Are you serious? Come on. Just roll with it. Be happy. So, Traxxas. So I'm taking out the Traxxas Max, laser nut, and obviously this thing is going to rip. Kind of wish I could take out the Outcast, but I want to get out there. Right now, it's what, 3 o'clock? 2 o'clock. So it's 2 o'clock right now, my time. We're going to end this live stream right where we are. If you haven't given this stream a thumbs up and you like the content, by all means, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I feel like I'm almost guaranteeing that Clayton's the one that's giving me every thumbs down that I get now. I think that's my clue right there. Clayton is my thumbs down guy. So, anyways, 42 people, 44 thumbs up. You got to be kidding me. That's awesome. We had a 2.5 hour live stream. COVID and Coffee, episode 2. Worked on a couple of things, and now I'm going to get out there and rip it just like you should. Get out there. Have some fun with your life. Don't tear people down. If anything, build people up. Try to find some kind of positive for people. Frank, I don't know why it blocked your comment, Frank. That didn't make any sense. So we got Nitro Freak. We've got Dan, Kurtz RC, Frank Sluga, C Stone, RC Guy Garage. Helps me out at work. Right. C Stone, thanks for that, man. That's a good comment. RC Daniel took off. I didn't even see you there, man. Mr. Aliande, what's going on, guy? What are your thoughts about? Oh, dude, hopefully I just answered your question. Best out of the box 110 MTV. Oh man, dude. I'm almost, with my limited experience at RC Clown Garage here, with my limited experience, granted, I have no experience with any big rocks, granites, nothing like that prior to this. But that Big Rock V3 really surprised me. And even when I pulled off one of the wheels before I took it out to rip it, just to see like if I could, do a quick conversion heck to throw, my favorite tire on there, because that's the intent. The intent is to, once M2C Racing comes out with the direct fit 17 millimeter hexes, I'm going to have those for that. Well, I hope I'm going to have them for the channel. But M2C Racing is coming out with those hexes for, I guess, the whole V3 line, which obviously it fits on all of them. And I think it's going to put a little bit, and here's the thing too, it's going to put a little bit of extra stress. We all have to remember that. The wheels that are on it are a pretty lightweight wheel. So once we throw on a bigger mass wheel, we're going to be taxing things. But on the jumps, I feel with those Redcat Racing Kaiju tires and wheels, it's a tire that if I've got a vehicle that fits, I mean, look at the laser nut. The laser nut runs Redcat Racing Kaijus with the new Hex upgrade that I did. I'm scrapping the old one and I put on a new one. I'm not going to release what the part number is yet. People could probably figure it out just by watching the video, and all you do is a search, Hot Racing 12 to 17, 10 millimeter, whatever. But I usually don't like to tell people to get something, you know, if I've tested it. You know, I got to test it first, and then I'll say, you know, whether if I think it's all right. And I just want to say that my other conversion, it got the tires on there, but it could not take the eventual abuse. Once I learned the tires and wheels on that vehicle, it really couldn't take the hits. It held up like a champ, but it did warp. So those little pieces, those internal hex things, that wasn't the right thing. So, and what I've got on it now really does appear to be actually the right thing now. So, yeah, that's it. Like I was saying, just try to be positive. That's it. 2021, man. You know, wake up, be positive. If RC stuff is your thing, get out there and rip it. If working on regular cars and trucks is your thing, get out there and rip it. Don't be afraid to do a burnout in your own driveway. Have fun. I know Frank Saluga would do a burnout in a heartbeat. But did one of the administrators block you? No? What, in Facebook? Oh, no. You know what's funny? Hey, Frank, do me a favor. See how you put the arm? See how you put the arm? Just post great channel. And that'll be the test for you right there. But nobody blocked you. It comes up as whether if I want to hide your comment. And I think it's just, for some reason it's that graphic. The pump and iron on there. Yeah, see, great channel. See? Now do the little strong arm character. Post that. See if that blocks you again. See? It hit it. Here, look. I'll show you. It hit it. See how it's got whether if I want to show it or hide it? That's automatic. So I don't know why it does that. It's not I blocked it. That's something obviously that YouTube does, and I don't understand why. So if for some reason I don't catch a blocked message, obviously that's what the moderators are for, but you know, the moderators can't always be here. So if I happen to see it out of the corner of my eye, that's why I always tell everybody, if anybody's talking to me, do the @RC Guy Garage. That way it'll show up as a red block, or even better, throw in a nice super chat. That gets my attention real quick. So, but anyways, go Packers. Right. Maybe it was the cousin call. I don't know, man. All I know is that YouTube just will block weird certain things every once in a while. See, it did it again. It blocked it again. You just did the thing with the strong arm thing, and it's not there. It's asking me to show it or hide it. So, but like I always say, just get out there and rip it. I'm ending this live stream. It's gone on for too long. Hopefully we'll see you guys later tonight for another episode of Shop Talk and Wrench. This was COVID and Coffee. And I'm going to get out there and rip it, and I suggest you do it as well. So, do I want to end the stream? Yep. I want to get out there and rip it.